Hi all, it's 6 o'clock, and you know what that means on a Friday. That means that Dr. J is streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is raining, humid, yucky weather. All right, but the market wasn't too yucky for me. It was much better yesterday on a down day than it was today. But Amazon keeps on rolling along. Magnificent answer, shalom to you. Magnificent answer. Do you have the answer for when they split Amazon? Do you have the answer for, tandem to the moon is here. Jigglypuff, tandem to the moon. No kidding, 100. Didn't I tell you it's going to 100? Jiggly and I would have this discussion every Friday. He'd come on, tandem would be 70, 75. Say, could I chart tandem? And I'd say, what for? It's going to 100. We all know it's going to 100. And Jiggly got his 100. Hey, Sean. You sold it all at 103. I don't blame you, Jiggly. You got to take profits. That's what it's all about. Hello from the Green Mountain State, says Cabinet Guy from Vermont. Sean is holding on to his tandem. And Linda is saying hi to the guys. Well, hey, depending how you want to look at it. Happy Friday. Jake, sorry, I didn't notice you over there.
Hey, no worries.
How long you been hanging out?
Like 32 seconds.
32 seconds is not too bad.
No, it's not bad.
No. So I have a lot I wanted to talk about, not the least of which is pot. I think pot is getting hot. We can't overlook Chronos. We can't overlook Curaleaf, which had a big day today.
You're back.
I am. I'm starting to nibble on three names. CG, whatever it is. CGC, CURLF, five letters, and CRON. So those are three names I'm looking at. I'm buying, actually. So I'm really liking the looks of the pot sector based on price action. I'll show you the chart of Chronos. I'll show you what I mean. Kamal, good evening.
Right now, is it a technical hunch, or what's the deal?
It's no hunch, but I do think that when coronavirus is cured, the states, one after the other, will approve and legalize pot. There will be a domino effect.
Okay. That's
what I think. So I think it's a play on legalization of marijuana, but even if not, Curaleaf is a dynamo. Whether or not, they keep buying all the dispensaries. They're the big name in marijuana dispensaries. And they're very aggressive marketing. I like them. Great company. They're the CBS of pot. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Very high in Curaleaf.
Any pot stock, just because I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's like a pharmacy. You walk in there and you pick your candy. Of course, if you're in a state where it's legal, then you got a wide array of candy. Otherwise, you have candy in different forms. If you need to be a card-carrying member of the medical marijuana community in New York, for example. I have my card. Saeed, Tesla to the moon. I think it already went to the moon.
Crazy.
You know, when you talk about Tesla to the moon or space to SPCE to the moon, you mean it rather literally.
Yeah, yeah, right. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Our cabinet guy congratulated Jiggly on his $100 tandem. Yeah, Jiggly sold for 103.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, on tandem.
Yeah, David is here. Ah, I love it, Jiggly. I love it. I'm working on Mustafa from Toronto. This kid is gonna. I predict he's 19 now. He'll be ready to retire at 29. He's got a good sense for trading. With Jake and I, and teaching him everything we know, right, Jake?
Yeah, where is he today?
I'll show up probably. He's a student over at Waterloo University.
Oh, Waterloo is a great university.
Very good university. I don't know what they're doing about the COVID, whether they're going to have classes, who knows. Hold on 1 second. Somebody's knocking at my door.
All right.
What is it? Come in. Stay out. I don't know. Stay in or stay out, one or the other. Hey, Pete. This is Jake's department. Jake will tell you that it's not a problem.
Yeah, no, I think 7 is too low. Let's put it that way. You'll probably get 7 out severe.
So I have to admit, the first stock we're going to talk about today on the chart is Amazon. I actually took a little off the table in after hours at 3,200.
Yeah.
I mean, I started buying at 1,500, went up like a rocket ship the last 2 days. When they go parabolic, they usually pull back. I got the chart. I'll show you where I look and re-enter with even more shares. It's not that I don't like it. I love it. But, you know, just playing the swing trade with it, really.
Yeah, I have one of my partners. He's a CTO. Been tech for forever, and now he's very bearish on tech. I think it's inflated.
Bearish, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm not going to get bearish until you have to go with the tape. So when the tape shows it, I'll get bearish.
Yeah,
it's sure to get bearish.
I'm counting on a rotation though, back to into bio.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that's true too. I think the small caps in general. Jiggly doesn't buy $3,000 stocks and he doesn't buy $3 stocks. He just buys everything in between. Let's share screen.
Yeah, tandem was
great. Because I have a lot I want to cover.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wish I knew you, or when tandem, when you went into tandem. That was insane. But yeah, I really do think BioCris. Yeah, you'll hit the 7 without the galley.
Go on.
You probably get.
You want to talk about? All right, here I am. I'm back. Let's share the screen. I got the chart for BioCris. Let's get Amazon's number 1. Amazon, we got a lot to talk about. Price target, new price target, whether split, how much will they split? 1 for 10, 1 for 30 to 1. a 2-to-1, pick a number. I think they will split this time around because that's what I would do if I were Jeff. And Jeff and I think alike. In fact, he called me the other day and asked me whether I thought he should split 30-to-1 or 10-to-1. I told him 30-to-1. Go, wait till it hits 3,300, and then you split it at 110. Not a bad thing, right? So that was the advice I gave Jeff. All right. So here's the trend line. The trend line for Amazon is at about a 60-degree angle. You seldom see that. Now, the last 3 days, it went more than parabolic. It went straight up like a rocket ship. So you're talking about another 30-degree angle. How much is 60 degrees and 30 degrees? That's like straight up. That's 90-degree angle. They don't go up like that forever. So I'm looking for a pullback to about 28.91, right about here, to about 2,700. Actually, the high of this little candle, 27.96, 2,800. So I'm looking for a pullback to between 2,900 and 2,800. At that point, it's a strong buy. I shouldn't chew gum. Am I allowed to chew gum on YouTube, or that's no taboo?
No, I'm gonna report you.
I shouldn't do it, right? It's almost as bad as eating nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna report you to the YouTube police. Get this on delisted.
I'm gonna resist. I feel like a piece of bubble gum, but
don't do it. There you go. Put a gum.
I should do it or not do it.
I'm gonna report you.
You'll report me, then I won't do it.
Unless it's one of the nicotine gum,
Dr. Feldman wouldn't like it, so I'm gonna respect Dr. Feldman. Mark Feldman would not like it. He would report me. All right, so we're going straight up like a rocket ship. It doesn't last forever. So this is my price target to re-enter. I'm not re-enter. You know what? I sold 10% of my shares. That's all. That's like nothing. So I sold 10%. Not a biggie. And I also made another sale after hours. I sold a portion of my GRTS, which reports data on Monday morning. Now that could first add another point or two onto the 809 that I sold it at, but c'est la vie. I still got shares. All right, you still own that one, right?
Who, me? Amazon?
No, GRTS.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I might get back in actually. That's a good one.
We'll talk about that soon. But Amazon, I'm thinking quite seriously that it's going to split 30-to-1. $110 will be the price of Amazon instead of 3,300. But first, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a little pullback to 2,800. That's where I stand at Amazon. I'm still bullish. It's never the wrong time to buy Amazon, even if you bought it now because it's going higher. My new price target on Amazon is not the measly 3,500 that the analysts were brave enough to put a number on. It's more like 4,000, probably within the next 6 months. 4,000 for Amazon. But if it splits to 110, proportionately. So that's where I am with Amazon. Now, my second big pick that I've been not touting, but putting my money into over the last 6 months is Walmart. I did that during the downturn, getting out of all the index funds and shoving it into Amazon and Walmart. Walmart mainly for safety, Amazon for more aggressive play. But I think Walmart, the price target that the analysts are putting is 150, too low. I think Walmart has the potential, with or without COVID, to be a 175 or $200 stock in 12 months. A 12-month price target of 150 is way too mellow, way too mellow. So I really like this. It's got to break this downward. You see what we have here is a succession of lower lows. Even this was a lower low. So we have to take at least this low out, this lower high out. Here we have a high. The high was 133.38. Then we have a lower high, 131.99. And finally the high today, which was 131.37. So I want to see a break of at least this high. I really want to see a break of the high on 420 of 133.38. And then we're off to the races. I think good things for Walmart, with or without COVID. Don't need to hang around. It's going to do very well. It's going to get a piece of the Amazon market as Amazon expands into many other things. So I like Walmart a lot. Pays a nice dividend, 1.69. I don't think you can get that on 20. What do you get? How far out do you have to go with Treasury bonds to get 1.69? 20 years or something? It's ridiculous. Better off with Walmart. 3M. I sold my 3M at 164, but don't forget I bought it at 145. So I had a nice profit. I started buying it back 154 and then 151. But it's dangerous because it could take another fall. It lowered the earnings forecast for 3M was lowered by the company. The company warned that May sales were far below what they expected. And this is lowering expectations for the next quarterly report, which they will therefore easily beat. They're going to be a surprise to the upside whenever the heck they report next. I don't know when that is, unfortunately. Lose track.
Yeah, I could go in before the ER.
What's that?
So I might go in before the next ER, but if I'm going to do this, might as well just do Lake.
Lake, yeah. Well, this is a mask play, 3M, but it's underrated because they figure, well, the mask business is a small amount of their business. And that's true, but it could make a big difference in the top line and the bottom line. So this is support right in here. Between these two lines is support, 148.69, I think it is. Let's see, no, 150 is pretty much support. So you don't want to see a drop below 150, but then again, I think it's a great place to buy if the bull is still alive, and I think it is, because if it goes below 150, you could take a 2-point loss and come back in when it fills this gap down here at 138. It could go that low. So if it breaks below 150, you jump out and come back in. Meanwhile, what are you risking? 2 points. That's why that's one of the ways to look at this one. And it clearly broke its downward trend line with this little run to the 200, but now it's starting back down. So let's see. The price action will tell us what to do on 3M. I own a little bit now. CVM, your favorite stock, Jake. Your favorite stock to worry about, right?
Oh, yeah. To worry about, yes. I mean.
Yeah, to worry about.
Yeah.
There's plenty of doubts that have been raised by the bears, and there's been strong answers by Athx management. It's a question of pick your poison. And again, I'm unwavering. I believe that the odds are even money, and I believe the risk reward still makes it a play. Despite the negatives, which we talked about privately, and despite the Foscos of the world who make it seem like the statistical model that he has is absolutely perfectly correct, and it's a sure thing. Well, there can be another model that somebody else has that shows the opposite. Statistical models are good for forecasting, but there's another statistical model that could look at it a different way. I guarantee you that. You ever hear that expression, statistics lies in statistics? I greatly believe in that, even though I'm a mathematician. So I'm a doubter when it comes to statistics and even statistical modeling or predictive modeling like that. So CVM, where are we? We're back to making a living at swing trading, at least the swing traders are. So it's run up a few times to this $15 mark and only to pull back. So you can easily play those little runs between 15 and 12 and a half and make plenty of money while we're waiting. And Jake, you think it's safe to play these swing trades, or you think that any day now we can get the data?
Well, you're probably safe until late July, maybe. I mean, CVM can surprise, but from the language that I see from Garrett, it seems like data hasn't been locked. He keep mentioning data lock analysis. Very vague, maybe intentionally, but you're probably looking at late July, early August for data readout.
Well, there's two ways to interpret data lock analysis. It could be that the icon and the other CRO is still verifying and analyzing the data internally. Or it could be that they're done and they're now letting the independent statisticians give it a go. So
yeah, but if it's case number two, you'll just say analysis. There's no reason to say data lock.
I don't know. I don't know whether the implication is that it's post data lock or pre data lock. I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. I really don't.
Yeah, and he used that language 2 or 3 times. So it seems like it's not like a slip, you know. It seems like they intentionally choose that language.
Yeah. Well, I'm not playing it for these swing trades, although it is tempting. We have a really nice ascending support line. So it looks like if you play it on a dip to like, what is this level? Let's say it's 1350. 1350 to 1480, something like that. You could catch a nice swing trade. Or the other way around, shorted at 1480, looking for 1350.
Yeah.
It does look like people can have fun playing with this in the meanwhile, as long as they don't get caught one day with the data readout.
For sure. I mean, it'll probably go up to mid-15s again before. Yeah.
So you could have fun doing this. Athx.
Until they drop data and surprise you with it, and then you can, that can be really good. Or really,
it could be you could get screwed, or it could work out in your favor. It's still even money.
Right.
Let's say you're short. Maybe that's the right direction to be in.
Yeah.
Let's say you're long. It's still 50-50.
I'm still convinced, right? Okay, this is why knowing when data releases is. I mean, it's probably even more important to know when data is released than if it's good or bad. I mean, if I know when data is released, I can just do a strangle with options for a particular month, and I'll be safe and make money either way, unless no, there's no way that data is bad. It's not going to go below 5 or 4.
Right.
Realistically, like $2 if data is bad. If it's good, who the hell will be?
Yeah. Well, like I said, even if you want to gamble on a swing trade and you do get caught with the data readout and you can't get out of it, you've still got a 50-50 chance of being right.
Right.
So it's not a bad gamble to play it between like 13.50 and 15, looking for that, buck and a half.
Right.
Athx. I like this as a consolidation pattern to me. If you throw out everything below this line, and you might say, well, how can you just throw it out? You really can't. Yet, most of the action is in the triangle. So the bottom triangle, which ends around here, 728. So I think by the end of the month, we will know some news that will either propel us to north or south. And I'm thinking, I don't know which way, but I think we're due for news. And this kind of pattern usually produces a positive outcome. So I'm looking forward to a positive outcome here with a nice move up. I'm not saying it's going to win the odds race, so I don't know what's going to propel it, but it's hard to know. I don't know what the catalyst is going to be, but to me, the chart is more bullish than bearish right now. Even though it's following the downward trend line here, it also showed a lot of resiliency around 265, flirting with danger. 265 is a key level. Remember, I pointed this level out the last time, and it broke it and it collapsed. So the same thing could happen again. If it substantially breaks 265, it could collapse again. And the shorts could have another good time. But 3 days it went below 265 and finished above, showing a lot of resiliency, and now it's back to the top of its triangle. So if you're a swing trader, you want to play it short to the 265 level, you could. 16 pennies on a 280 stock is not terrible, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. All right, so there's room to play it short, there's room to go long. Personally, I'm not touching my core position, and I sold off all the rest of my Athx. I still have a very nice size position.
Yeah, ours data end of the year, right?
Odds data is twofold: end of year here and end of year in Japan. Maybe quicker in Japan than here. Who knows? They're giving us very little update, very little news on how it's going. Basically, radio silence. I have no idea what's going on with the trial. Again, I'm not optimistic that they win this odds race. If it's between the stem cell companies, Pluristem, Mesoblast, and Athx, my money is still on Mesoblast, not literally, figuratively. I took money off the table on Mesoblast. I still have some shares, but not many. So I'm not particularly high on the stem cell companies for immediate gain. Yeah, even though something tells me from this pattern it could break out, it should break out. I just don't know. I don't know why. What would make it break out is beyond me. Plus, they have a shelf, which they could use at any time and decide they need money for whatever reason and dilute. BCRX.
Oh yeah, BCRX. Very excited about this one.
Yeah. It had a little pop this week, took us up. I'm kind of excited from the chart. The chart turned around. Remember how we had a reverse Zoom channel where it was really in a terrible looking channel? Look at this terrible channel that it busted out of beautifully, almost making a new high. And we took out this key high. So if we're very close to taking out, in my opinion, we're very close to taking out the high back here on 512 of 6, whatever it was, 629. So I think we could do that. Take out 629 and run like a son of a gun after that.
Nice.
So
yeah, and I guess even if it doesn't do that from a technical standpoint, there's some nice catalysts around the corner, right? You got Factor D, you got the Japan, right? And then of course you got the star of the show. I mean, let's face it, Galidesivir. So that's 3. I mean, really 2 really good catalysts and 1 massive catalyst, market moving catalyst, right?
The massive catalyst is Gali.
That's the mass for sure. I mean, even if people who say they're here, not for galleys, not for the COVID play, honestly, that's the sexy thing right now, right?
Yeah.
With virus. Now, if that doesn't happen, you still have, like the evaluation right now, I don't think takes into account Galidesivir. It's not priced in. It was bad news on Gal. He might go down a bit, but honestly, you have 2 other near-term catalysts plus the big one in December for the approval. So, it's a pretty nice risk and reward ratio with BioCryst.
Yeah. And a very, very legitimate company, unlike many of these fly-by-night biotechs.
Yeah, interesting fact, BioCryst never had a reverse split.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they've had drugs approved before, 2 of them, right?
Yeah, it's a legitimate management team, right? It put together a nice team for commercialization. Not pub friendly for the most part, but maybe that's partly because they work so closely with the government. Did by Fauci's organization 2 years ago, right? So, bearing any political shenanigan with Galidesivir, I think you should be fine with BioCryst.
Remdesivir had good news today, though,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should, at the very least, be as good as Remdesivir in terms of efficacy. In terms of safety, it should be better.
And you think it has potential to be turned into a stable pill?
Yes. Yes.
Well, that would be tremendous if you could take it early in the game without being hospitalized. That's what makes it really sexy.
Yeah, efficacy, we can debate on that, right? But it should be as good at the very least. But then you have the other advantages of Galidesivir.
It's only as good, but in pill form, that would be great.
Yeah. If it's just as good in pill form, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
That should still move the stock and the market.
Oh yeah. And I like the technicals. Look, they totally reversed. The technicals were dreadful here. Remember how I was
Yeah, you caught.
moaning? I was moaning and groaning every night. But now it totally reversed that.
Yeah, you caught it.
Yeah, they look good now. Now we have a very firm bottom, just about where it hit the low today. 5.9. Let's call it $5. Very firm bottom, just above $5. So the downside suddenly looks limited, and your upside unlimited.
Yeah, I will be buying dips if there are any from here to 5.
I've been buying a little bit every day lately. So an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, a couple shares a day. Yep.
Yep. Not going crazy, but you keep buying and you take a look and you suddenly have a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of when, and I honestly don't know when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when you're waiting on like the 140s, 150s, which may happen. I was going to do likewise when it went below 185, a key support level on Athx, but I decided to buy and add to my collection when it showed resiliency and popped to 191 the other day and closed at 2. So I paid 190 or 191, I don't remember. I added to my collection.
Yeah,
and today you're still of the opinion that you'll get your 150, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would love the 150, 160, but I don't know if there's an opportunity for that. I'm leaning towards yes. I found something on their website that was very interesting.
Yeah.
The languages is like, okay, I'm reading it line by line, right? It says we do not know whether it can clear SARS-CoV from the blood, right? And then the next line says, even if effective, the hemopurifier would only potentially be indicated in those patients with the most severe and life-threatening manifestation, right? So they are very conservative with the language about the hemopurifier for COVID. Extremely. Right. I have not seen more conservative language than this on bio website. And I'm going to go the opposite here with AEMD and say that if they're purposely going super conservative, my interpretation is that they expect this thing to have a pretty good spike on any positive news that come out of the hemopurifier, and they don't want the company to look and feel like a pump and dump stock. So having all the pieces, the right languages in play, I have a feeling this company don't want to contribute to any kind of pump that's unwarranted, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. No, Tim is a very conservative, straight shooter. He is not going to do anything to pump the stock. I asked him in a text the other day, he's the fellow we had on live. And I asked him in a text when he thought the first patient would be treated. And I asked about 4 questions. That one he didn't answer. So he answered my other questions, but not that one. And by the way, he said he'd like to come on a Friday with us and take questions from the shareholders directly.
Yeah, we'll create some questions. I got some myself.
Oh, I mean, people would ask questions like Lynn. Lynn said she had a question. Not even us, just
really good one.
People from the chat.
Hey, Lynn, what was that device that you compare the hemopurifier to? Forgot the name of it. She asked what's the difference between the hemopurifier and something else.
Lynn asked that question, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What's that again?
Aren't there two or three companies with filters right now? They're not the only one.
Yeah. I do want to see the competitors though, but I mean the device looks crazy.
It is crazy. Crazy looking device, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Big device. I wonder what it costs to build it.
Yeah. I wonder what it costs for a device.
Yeah, that's another interesting question.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when he comes on again, we can ask him that. How much does it cost to manufacture?
Yeah. There you go. There's the answer from Lynn. I'll save this.
Lynn.
Yeah. I'm gonna research into this.
All right, so let's move on to what my position on AEMD is I'm buying as long as it stays above 185. Below 185, I'm not going to sell, but I'm going to wait for the lower numbers. If it penetrates 185, I quit buying. So it's kind of the opposite of where you are. Sort of. It's sort of the opposite. In other words, a true break of 185, I think it's going to like 140.
Oh wow!
If it breaks it, I was surprised that it went to 175 and then had a nice run after that. That shows, just like Athx, it shows resiliency. It defies the chart. I like charts that defy the chart, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does the opposite. GRTS.
Yeah, they did.
Mustafa is famous for GRTS.
Oh,
did he?
That's a solid.
Mustafa, Dr. J sold some at 809 after hours, but I kept most of it, Mustafa, but I probably will sell in the pre-market on Monday because at 8 a.m. they're going to be announcing the data. So probably a good time to sell.
Yeah.
It's only phase one. I don't like to stay with phase one stocks for too long. So again, you have this rocket ship, two big green candles. I think it comes down at least to the middle of this green candle, 750. So if you can get 850 in the morning, buy it back at 750 later in the day, even that's not bad. Something like that. If you want to buy it back. So I like this one. It took out a very key level right here at 833. No, it didn't take it out, did it? Or maybe it did. No, I don't think it took that one out. High was 815. If it takes out 833, then it'll really run. But I don't see that. It could happen. The data could be so phenomenal that there's a carryover into the morning trade, and it could go to 9 or 10. So I don't know if I sell everything pre-market. I gotta hear what they have to say, and then keep my hand on the sell button just in case. It'll be interesting Monday morning. Don't forget, Mustafa mentioned it to me at around $6. I started buying it in the sixes. So I have a nice profit already. And Mustafa, I don't know how long he's had it. All right. Maybe I'm embarrassing him by calling him the next Wall Street Jack Dreyfus Jr. or something.
Yeah, but by the way, just to close the cap and
maybe I shouldn't go.
Yeah, on any good news, the stock can really run. I mean, the issue is that it's just such an unknown company right now. I think the institutional ownership is like 2%, right?
Yeah.
11 mil market cap.
Right
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just exposure is what they need.
Yeah. So CGC, CRON, and CURLF, the three C's for pot. And this one has a very nice, I like this chart where you have a very firm bottom, not far below where it's trading. So 582 is clear support. The risk reward on this one is phenomenally good. Below 582, you get out. But look at this, you have a very nice consolidation pattern, a break of this lower trend line, and it could take off. So you want to see it start picking off some of these lower highs. You want it to break 659, then you want it to break 689, and so on. And I think it's very likely. So I'm very bullish Kronos, who's 50% owned by Philip Morris, MO. And I'm very bullish Curaleaf. I didn't look at the chart, but I'm going to. I own a lot of Curaleaf. I own a lot of Kronos. I sold all my CGC. I shouldn't have. Maybe I'll buy it back. I guess I should have because it's below what I sold it at. So I can't say I shouldn't have. This is a nice candle today, beautiful candle. And I think there's earnings coming out soon, but not yet. It took out this double top. Look at this beautiful double top, 649, and this one was 648. It took out this beautiful double top and even closed it above it. So I really like this. If it takes out this candle high, 676, it's got potential to run to 10. I'm very, very high Curaleaf, higher Curaleaf than Kronos even. Those are my favorite pot stocks. I'm sharing my two favorites with you. I do own just for disclosure, I do own a little Tilray, but I'm not high on that one. And I don't mean high literally, I mean figuratively.
It could be.
I know, but I don't mean that. So
yeah, no one's
I
gonna.
want to be clear. I want to be clear about my interpretation of high.
Curl, huh?
Okay. So I think we went through the main ones I wanted to go through. I think we did it in record-breaking time.
Mm-hmm.
It went through nine different stocks, right? What is Jiggly sorry about? Jiggly, what are you sorry about? I don't know what Jiggly. Jake is hiding in my hair. What does that mean?
No,
Hiding?
Yeah, you couldn't see it, but yeah, his hair, picture of his hair is right there, and my face was behind it. Not anymore, but yeah. I was hiding his hair.
Jiggly is having a good time, which we like to see. Eyes of Money is having a good time. Sean. David said, you guys are too silly for me. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Vanda Pharmaceuticals. Then sorry, is Vanda. What do you think about Vanda? Vanda is, I was in that so many years ago. Are they a Long Island company? Or am I getting confused? I think EMP is a Long Island company. But I know I was in Vanda. I don't remember what they do. Jigglypuff is in front of everything. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it. I shouldn't leave those banners up. So you couldn't see my charts. All you could see was Jigglypuff's hair. I'm really sorry. I apologize.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
will.
I see your face too.
And Linda, fuel cell is doing well, Linda. Fuel cell. Plug, fuel cell. Neo is going crazy. I made money on AYRO, but not today. Today I lost a little. And I apologize to David and everyone else if you couldn't see the chart or couldn't see me. I'm not seeing me so great. It's not a great law. I'm not seeing my chart, maybe. So that wraps it up. You have any thoughts?
No.
Pfizer. Pfizer. Can I talk about Pfizer? Not really. I'm not supposed to talk about Pfizer.
Yeah, we don't really talk about.
You got something good to say about Pfizer? You got something good to say about Pfizer?
Too big for me.
I don't have anything. I have nothing bad to say about Pfizer. That's for sure. No, Jiggly, you got it wrong. Kramer should come on with us.
Mm-hmm.
Jiggly saying I should go on with Kramer. No. The other way around. He's got to come to my turf. I don't go to his turf. He's got to say booyah to get on. Booyah. Looking to re-enter. All right. All right, so I think that wraps it up for today. The key stocks to watch are the usual suspects, right? BCRX and biotech, Athx, CVM, of course. And I'd like to, right now, keep your eye out on GRTS if you want to do a day trade or something like that. Either way, short or long, I don't know. One way.
For good COVID. Yeah, COVID play. That's another good one.
AEMD, keep your eye out on AEMD. Watch that one. And for pot, my pick is Cureleaf. My favorite pot stock is Cureleaf, and Kronos would be a close second. So those are the two that Dr. J likes. And pot is yet to really get hot. I think when the virus is no longer a factor, state governments will, one after the other, legalize. They got money on something. It's costing them a fortune. They're in the hole on unemployment, all kinds of stuff, right? Government has to make money. All right, so that's it for Friday, the 10th of July. It's a nice, really nice hour spent with you guys. All new furniture today with Tandem Profits. Jiggly, I'm very happy for you. I really am. But why didn't you hold just a little bit for 200? Trying to get rid of all of it? I always hold like a souvenir amount whenever I sell. Hasta luego. Sayonara. Shalom.
Yeah.
Au revoir. Arrivederci. Ciao. Talk to you, Jake.
See you later.